we're going to use Excel with framework. And currently we can see that Excel is loosely coupled with our tests, okay, because we have this Excel utils, right? We created these Excel utils and we are using that to basically get all the test details, right, from the Excel. So here we had this run manager sheet, okay, so we got the sheet things and all the things, and we got the all the tests in this list, right? All the tests that are there in this list, right? And then we are using the what do you say? Then in the utils we also have where were we using? This is a array utils. I mean we created, right? Interceptor, yeah. In the enums, if we go, where are the enums? Just a second. Not the enums, sorry, the listeners. In the method interceptor listener, we were trying to intercept these methods by calling the particular, we will rate rating of this list, right? You saw that this list is there. And this is being called only one time, and you know it is getting all the comparing and getting all the methods from that list, and then it is returning the result. So these tests will be run based on that, okay. And also the execute should be yes, only then the test will be executed. So this was what we covered last time. We have made some changes. So so what if we also want to derive test data from the Excel sheet? So currently we are doing data provider, right? So we are doing that through data provider. Here we can see that we were using data provider, okay. I have removed it. I'll show you how we are doing it. Now we'll do it through Excel. And how we will do, so the thing is that uh, we will do a mapping between run manager and test data sheet. So here you can see this is run manager, and here I have created data. So in the data, in the similar way, we will get this in the form of hash map, and we will run the tests. And for the empty values, I have just put a apostrophe, as you can see, so that it takes it as string. I've deleted all the rows on the right and all the columns, all the rows here and all the columns here. It's not showing here, but I've deleted them and then added. Okay, and then so you can see that I have put for same test. There are two tests. One is execute yes, execute yes. One is with the wrong credentials, and one is with the right credentials, right? So this one is the right credentials, and I am running. So this one of this out of these two, both will get executed, and out of demo test that we have here, it will be executed on this data, will not be executed on this data and this data, right? It will only be executed on this data, right? So there will be 3 test runs, 1 2 3, right? So this is how we are doing it. I removed the data provider from here, and then I added the data utils. If we go to the utils, data provider utils, I created a class, and here you know I just created this list map. Yeah, we are using the, so you know that in the data provider we are getting the object, right, in the return statement. So here I just did the final thing and this private thing that we always do. We can see the, you can see the different last videos that explains this, why we are doing this. And then ignore this for now. So what I did was I just created a testing test name m.get name. So this particular get data method will be executed each time a test is executed, okay. This you have to remember. And this list I am getting the sheet data, okay, get data. So you will remember like why we are putting this data here, get details data, why we are putting here. So what I did was initially in the Excel utils, what we were doing, we were just putting this sheet name, where sheet name is equal to this, and then we were putting here. Now I have parameterized it over here, so that whenever the test details, this particular method is called, the sheet gets all the test methods, right? So get it test details would get me all the tests from here, right? So this is done, so it returns me a list. That is done. So now let's go to the, so obviously because I'm putting a sheet name get details, so I have to put this sheet name here, which is actually data, right? What it will do is, it will just here, I have commented it, I'll explain why I have commented it. So just look at it, data, it will fetch the details. I have created one more, a smaller list basically. Why? Because I want to filter the data from this list, because get data will have all these methods. So I want to only execute it for those methods which have execute yes. Okay, so I will create a map, and then I will check, okay, from the list, if the execute is less, I mean the test name that is being called here is in the list. Okay, that is first check that we are doing. It should be in the list, right? Only if the test is over here, then it will be executed. Okay, if the test data is there, right? So first check. Second check is, we are trying to check execute is yes or not. Okay, and then it will add that particular method, list.get I would get that method and add. And I'll explain this later. Now we are also putting it to object, because we can't return just a list, because here it takes an object, right? Object type, which will be given to the our test methods. Okay, now why did we create this? See, whenever this is called not, this is not called one time. Each time a test will be executed, it will fetch this details, get this data, right? Why do we want to do this every time? Like if there are 100 tests, it would be, get fetching the data each time. So what I did was, here I created a class variable, private static list map, list is equal to new array list. I created it, and then uh, I did list is equal to excel dot get utils data. Now the thing is, initially my list is empty, right? It is getting the data. Now I want to see that, okay, if it is empty, then only it should go inside this, right? So if it is empty, it will go here and it will get the data only once. After the added data is added, next time a method calls, it will not be able to go inside this, because list is already filled. Okay, so that's why we have done this, right? So it will directly go here and it will do all the operations, and it would get the data for that particular method, and it will add that to the smaller list if the method is present, right? And it would execute it for that data. And why are we removing smaller list? Because once a test data is executed, I don't want the other test to iterate over all the other. For example, this one is executed. Why do I need to keep this? The list should be smaller now, right? So that's why I will remove this. So that's why remove all smaller list. I'm removing it, right? And then return, we are returning smaller list dot to array. So that we are getting. Okay. So this explains everything, I think. And if we go to the test now, so here what we are doing is, we are doing data provider is equal to get data, but it will not understand, like, because here it is not there. So we have to put data provider class is equal to data provider utils dot class. This is where we created our method, right? This one. So let's go here, and it will create. Okay, and here also we will need to put this. Now initially we had put here uh, string username, password as parameters, but now since this data provider utils would be returning an object of map type, right? The smaller list is a, if you see, it's a map. The map elements are there in this. It's of type map, so each iteration would be a map. So that's why we will put here a map, okay, map data, and then from that particular data, whatever it is coming, data dot get username, data.get, password we are getting. Okay, and that's it, I guess. So we are doing the same, right, for this. And if I try to execute this, let's just go here, and I method interceptor listener class, and I'll just execute, and it should execute for 3 methods. Let's see. ठीक है आराम से what time 0 ओके ठीक है ऊपर आ जाओ yeah, so we executed this, right? And here we can see we got all the screenshots, and you can see that, since I put test description here, so that's why, this is, so test user login and logout got executed once, and this is just another test for demo validation. Okay, so this got executed twice, and this should have been executed once. Login logout executed twice, and this one got executed once. Okay, so we can see the pass and fail results as well here. Sorted. So one more thing is that yeah, so we executed that. Okay, so we will remove the issues as well, right? I think yeah, we're pretty much done with the test. So this is basically what we will do here. You execute the test, and I think we are good here. So similarly, you can try and doing this. And one more thing I wanted to mention was, for example, if you want to put, here you're setting the description in the interceptor method. One thing I wanted to put, that if you want to setting the test description, you also need to put in the listener class. If we go, you also need to put here while creating the test, and test start create test and get description. So this would get the description, and then it would put. So that's why the report was having that, right? This was having description. So make changes here also. So if you just get method name, then it would just print the method name. Okay, so I guess that's it. If there's anything that is missing from this one, you can just ask me. And I mean, if you think that there is something more to be explained, you can just comment down below, and I will explain it. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.